Hello, YouTubers out there. Welcome to episode 24 of Sebastian's Movie Game Time. I'm your host, Sebastian. And today on episode 24, I'm going to talk about musics and movies from 1991 that I thought they were decent. And also, too, talking about movies and musics from 1992. So I'm not just not talking about 91, but 1992 as well, that they were decent. So let's get started, shall we? First off, this is 1991 music. So we have two songs by the band group of Nirvana, of the grunge group band called Nirvana. Their two songs are Lithium and Come As You Are. Those two songs are really good, but I want to say they're not my favorite Nirvana songs, but I know a lot of people like them, so I give Lithium 2 out of 3 stars and Come As You Are 2 out of 3 stars. Those two songs by Nirvana. We have Ain't Over Till It's Over by a singer and an actor named Lenny Kravitz. Um, I mean, there's so many good songs by Lenny Kravitz I like, but I wouldn't say Ain't Over Till It's Over is my favorite one. But I give Ain't Over Till It's Over 2 out of 3 stars. What else we have? We have Beauty and the Beast from the Disney animated classic Beauty and the Beast film. That is sung by Angela Lansbury. Um, I thought the song it's a nice song. It really is. But I wouldn't say it's the best song that I think that other people like it. But I give Beauty and the Beast 2 out of 3 stars. Um, we have a song called Crazy by a singer named Seal. I give that song 2 out of 3 stars. We have Rooster by Alice in Chains. I like Rooster. I know it's everybody's favorite song, Rooster. It's a good song, really is. But because, there's so many musics I like from all these band members of the 90s, it's hard to pick which one's the best and which music songs that I thought they were pretty decent. So, I mean, as much as I like the Rooster song, I do, but I wouldn't say it's my favorite Alice in Chains song. So, I give the Rooster 2 out of 3 stars. Um, we have a song called Losing My Religion by a band of REM. I give that song 2 out of 3 stars. Now we move on to 1991 decent movies. So we have Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. It's about Robin Hood and his main man decides to fight back against the evil sheriff of Nottingham, who killed his father and took away his land. And as Robin Hood and his man, they take the gold away. They steal the gold from, and then give it to the poor who needs it the most. So I give Robin Hood Prince of Thieves 2 out of 3 stars. It stars Kevin Costner, Morgan Freeman, the late Alan Rickman, Christian Slater, and Michael Wincott. A good character actor, Michael Wincott, I should say. We have Sleeping with the Enemy, about a woman who fakes her own death and moves from city to city to change her name and identity to escape her abusive husband, who is so abusive to her. And her husband realizes that that she's not dead, but she's alive. So her abusive husband tracks her down to make her really pay for what she has did to him. Apparently, um, I give Sleeping with the Enemy 2 out of 3 stars. It stars Julia Roberts and Patrick Bergin, however you pronounce his name. So 2 out of 3 stars for Sleeping with the Enemy. We have The Hard Way. It's about an action movie star who's researching a role that allows him to go to New York City and team up and have him tag along with a tough ass nails cop, and to capture who's out to capture a serial killer that that the hothead uh, officer is tracking down. I give The Hard Way 2 out of 3 stars. It stars Michael J. Fox, James Woods, um, Annabelle Shore, Al Cool J Jr., Luis Guzman, and Stephen Lane. Also, 2 out of 3 stars for The Hard Way. Necessary Roughness. It's about a Texas State University um, to find as the football team must the football Texas team must find by getting a quarterback to help them to win their games. I give Necessary Roughness 2 out of 3 stars. It stars Scott Bakula, Hector Elizondo, um, Robert Loggia, Harley Jane Kozak, Larry Miller, Sinbad, and Rob Snyder. Sinbad has 2 quote lines that he says in the movie. Hey, little doggy, you're about to get fixed. And he says, you should be waiting for a guy to cut your hair. I thought those 2 quotes that he says in the Sinbad's character says in the movie, I thought those 2 quotes were funny when he says that. So, 2 out of 3 stars for Necessary Roughness. We have Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. It's about 5 siblings who are left home alone all summer while their mom leaves town, and the evil babysitter comes to babysit the 5 siblings, but suddenly the babysitter happens to be dead, and so they bury her body, and all 5 siblings, including the oldest sister of the siblings, decide, you know what, I'm gonna get a job and make money so I can get food, the house where we need. While the other younger siblings, they just want to party and wreck the house and have fun, which technically they do. So I get Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead 2 out of 3 stars. It stars a young Christina Applegate. Yeah, Christina Applegate was like a young teenager in the movie. It's like, oh wow. And David Company, Jonah Cassidy, and Danielle Harris. So it was cool to see Danielle Harris to do a movie like that. We have Out for Justice. It's about a Brooklyn officer who vows revenge after his partner has been murdered and killed in front of his wife and kids. And it turns out that the person who murdered the Brooklyn's officer's partner is an old boyhood adversary, former childhood friend of the Brooklyn police officers from his childhood time, who must stop him to make him pay for what he did. I give Out for Justice 2 out of 3 stars. It stars Steven Seagal and William Forsythe, another good character actor. I'm a fan of William Forsythe. I thought the action scenes there were some rough action scenes in Out for Justice that I thought they were mean, they were lean, but I like those type of things, and I give Out for Justice 2 out of 3 stars. We have Mobsters. It's about 4 wannabe streetwise gangsters: Charlie Luciano, Maya Lensky, Bugsy Siegel, and where's the one? Frank Castillo. As the film tells them when they were younger, before they became rise to power and controlled the other mobsters later on in life. I give Mobsters movie 2 out of 3 stars. It stars Christian Slater, Patrick Dempsey, Costas Mandler, Richard Grieco, Michael Gambon, who will later on go on to play Professor Dumbledore in Harry Potter films, Chris Penn, Laura Flynn Boyle from Men in Black 2, F. Murray Abraham, and Anthony Quinn. And there was some good action scene. There were some good action scenes in Mobsters. 2 out of 3 stars. We have Mortal Thoughts. It's about a woman named who is being questioned by a detective about the death of her best friend's abusive husband, and the detective who believes that she and her friend, the 2 women, kill the other's husband. He's trying to get to the bottom of the mystery. I give Mortal Thoughts 2 out of 3 stars. It stars Demi Moore, Glenn Headley, Bruce Willis, who was very good in it, Hari Keitel, Uh, yeah, in Harvey Hotel. So 2 out of 3 stars. Okay, that would do it for 1991 of movies. Now, now we come to 1992 music songs of 1992. So we have a song by we have a song called what is it? Walking on Break. I Am Every Woman by singer Whitney Houston. Um, 2 out of 3 stars for I Am Every Woman. We have Creep by Stone Temple Pilots. 2 out of 3 stars. Um, we have I Die Without You from the movie Boomerang with Eddie Murphy. That's song by PM Dawn. 2 out of 3 stars. We have Cantaloupe, Fantasia from a band called US Free. 2 out of 3 stars. It's a good rhythm dance song. You know, if you want to work out and lose weight, it's a good dancing song, I guess you could say. Um, it Was a Good Day by rapper Ice Cube. That's a good song, but I give It Was a Good Day 2 out of 3 stars. And if you remember the scene in the first Ride Along movie, the first Ride Along movie was Ice Cube and Kevin Hart. There's a reference scene that Ice Cube's character says that all guys is today was a good day. So he made a reference to his own lyrics to his song that he did in the 90s when he did Ride Along. So that was a cool reference that he ties in with his song he did. So that was a cool moment. I give It Was a Good Day by Ice Cube 2 out of 3 stars. Um, we have Everybody Hurts. It's a slow paced song by a band called REM. I give 2 out of 3 stars. We have Jump Around by a band called House of Pain. Now, Jump Around is the type of song that if you want to have a house party, invite all your friends over, you want to just get down and jam all night long at this house and just have fun, a party, then that's the type of song, Jump Around. That's a song to play when you have a house party. And yeah. I mean, it's a good dance party song. It really is. But I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but I get Jump Around the song 2 out of 3 stars. Um, we have we also have we have A Whole New World by duo of Brad Kane and Leah C. Longa. A Whole New World from a Disney animated film Aladdin. I wouldn't say it's the best song, but it's a good song, I should say. But I would say it was my favorite. 2 out of 3 stars. We have My Lovin', You Never Gonna Get It by a band called En Vogue. I get that song 2 out of 3 stars. Uh, okay, everybody, that's all the songs of 1992. Now we move on to decent movies of '92. So we have an erotic movie called Damage. It's about a middle-aged man who has a loving affair with his son's soon-to-be wife that leads into a sexual abusion. It's a drama erotic movie starring Jeremy Irons, Juliette Bonci, and Miranda Richardson. We have A Lawful Entry. It's about who befriended a policeman after a burglary break-in, but then the the young couples who befriended this police officer turns out he's not a good police officer. He's a dirty, crooked, evil kind of a killer cop. He is behind the brain, wearing a badge and a gun. As the police officer sets his eyes on the husband's younger, beautiful wife, that he slowly attracts attention to. Um, I give A Lawful Entry 2 out of 3 stars. It stars Kurt Russell, Mountie Stowe, and Ray Liotta, the late Ray Liotta, I should say. We have the first Wayne's World movie about two best friends, Rain and Garth, as they set out to promote their public access show to the world to let them know, let them voice to be heard, and for people to tune in, for people to watch them do. I give Wayne's World 2 out of 3 stars. It stars Dana Carvey, Mike Myers, Tia Kerr, Rob Lowe, Laura Flame Boyle, Iron Sky, um, cameo appearance by Alice Cooper, Ed O'Neill, and Chris Farley as a security bodyguard at the Alice Cooper concert is Chris Farley. So it was cool he popped up. And I like there are two songs in the first Wayne's World movie that are iconic. Is the one is where Wayne and Garth and their three other best friends they're in the car. They're listening to Bohemian Rhapsody by the Queen band song. That was a nice that's a good iconic moment. Another good favorite moment for me I like the most in Wayne's World is when Garth goes back to the car. It's Wayne and Garth and their friends go to the gas work. It's like an underground heavy metal band underground bar where heavy metal bands are playing. That's when we first meet the Tia Curris character in that scene. And then Garth goes back to the car. He puts on that little electricity belt, and and he goes back inside with the belt with the electron with you know, and then he goes to this one guy. He goes to this big guy who forced him to the ground because he's like calls him names, and then Garth goes back inside the little club thing, and he takes out the little thing from his belt. I don't know, like electricity or like a zapper, and he zaps the guy who was mean to him, and the guy falls backwards and falls on top on the other people, and then Garth swings the little zapper thing back into his belt, and people are clapping, and he's saying thank you. I'm glad you enjoy that. So I thought that was a cool moment. That's actually my favorite moment scene is where he zaps the guy, the little big guy who was mean to him, Garth. So 2 out of 3 stars for Wayne's World. Um, we have the Mighty Ducks. Now I was a Mighty Ducks. Now because I was a kid in the '90s, I love Mighty Ducks as a kid because I was a kid growing up in the '90s. I was a Mighty Ducks fan. So we saw a movie called the Mighty Ducks movie. It's about a self-centered lawyer who changes who's sentenced to community service after he did something terrible by getting a year's team of a year's hockey team and have them become championships. So I get the Mighty Ducks movie 2 out of 3 stars. It stars Emilio Estevez and Joshua Jackson. We have Unforgiven. It's about a retired gunslinger who takes one job mission along with his best friend as they along the way they encounter a mean, ruthless, corrupted sheriff who controls his town and will do anything to keep his town how it is. It stars the legendary Clint Eastwood, who directed the movie as well. Richard Harris, Morgan Freeman, and Gene Hackman. 2 out of 3 stars. We have Rapid Fire. It's about a student who witnessed and he finds himself between two drug lords, and he must use his fight strength to defeat both the two drug lords that are clashing with each other. It stars the late Brandon Lee, who will later on to play the anti-hero, the Crow character. And Powers Boots also in the movie too. We also have Glengarry Glen Ross. Of course, one of the most famous quote lines in that movie. It's 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 being said by Alec Baldwin's character, who says, "Put that coffee down. Coffee's for closers only." So that's the most iconic, famous scene is "Put that coffee down. Coffees are for closers only." And another iconic quote line by Alec Baldwin he says in the movie is, "ABC always be closing," and he says again, "Always be closing." So it's about it's about these guys who work at this independent, this low, firm job, and their job is to, sell people, their stocks and I don't know what you call them, but it's I kind of get the Glengarry Glen Ross movie 2 out of 3 stars. It stars Jack Lemmon, Alec Baldwin, Alan Arkin, Kevin Spacey, Ed Harris. Um, so hold on for that dot. Sorry about that. So what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so my last movie I talked about was Glenn Glory, Glenn Ross. Okay, 2 out of 3 stars for that. Next up, we have The Lover. It's about a woman who who narrates the entire story of the film about when she was younger, and in the year of 1929, in the country that she goes to, the country that she goes to, the woman goes to Vietnam in 1929, and she falls in love or has a loving affair with a wealthy Chinese man. It's kind of a commercial movie because it's about a younger underage teenage girl who has a loving affair with a middle-aged wealthy Chinese guy, and it was a time where 1929. It was a time that I don't think American woman is supposed to fall in love with the Chinese guy or person, but it was a time where it was like forbidden. Um, it's kind of a highly controversial movie. It's called The Lover. I give it 2 out of 3 stars. It stars Jane March and Tony Lung, who will later on go on to play the villain and Sanchi in The Legend of Ten Rings. And he'll do Hard Boiled, a John Woo action film with Chow Yun Fat later on. So, and the last movie of 1992, we have Whispers in the Dark. It's about a New York shrink woman who tells a story, who hears a story of a kinky sex story by one of her clients that she dreams about, that the serial killer believes that that may come after this New York shrink woman, and she must get to the bottom of the mystery of this kinky sex world that she finds herself into mystery, and she falls in love. She falls for a guy who might be a killer or not. Um, I give Rich Person in the Dark 2 out of 3 stars. It stars Annabelle Shiora, um, Alan Alda of the Match TV show, Handy La Pliaga, um, from Somewhere Ex Murderer, John Leguizamo before he became a really household name, and Durbars Carl Unger also's in it. Okay, everybody, that would do it of music and movies from 1991 to 1992 that I thought they were decent. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe, and you'll get new content episodes every Monday. Again, thank you very much for watching and tuning in of my episode podcast, and I'll see you at the movies.